welcome almost back, everybody. We are now transitioning over to give Dr. Stefan Loder of Rückle & Kollegen, resident of the Düsseldorf office on the Rhine River in Germany, an opportunity to present. And today's presentation is about the opportunity to get into Europe, the European Union, that is.
What is Golden Visa? The idea of Golden Visa is obvious, and I'm a little bit sarcastic, but the idea is bring your money and you're welcome. So whenever you have money and you want to do business in another country and bring your money with you, you are welcome. This makes a lot of sense for all the people or all the parties involved, for the individual, for the entrepreneur, for the family, for the people. They can use, or they have an advantage from the second citizenship. They often can travel without visa and they can optimize their tax situation. So they can pay taxes where the lowest tax rate is given to them. And this can be good to optimize your tax. It also makes sense for the business. So the standard file we're working on is that private reasons to go abroad are combined with business reasons. Entrepreneurs from wherever say, okay, I want to stay longer in Great Britain. I want to have a German passport in a special period of time. Access to foreign markets, especially this is important, or this is attractive for entrepreneurs in the European Union. Because you enter into a big market. You have a larger customer base. Perhaps you have less restrictions when you have a double citizenship. Your company has less restrictions, for example, if they enter into one of the countries of the European Union. And again, you can optimize your tax situation. So what is Golden Visa? What is kind of a definition? It's the right of residence and citizenship by investment. This is shortage is RBI, residence by investment, and CBI, citizenship by investments. Advantages: you can travel to other countries without applying for visa, for example, within the European Union. You can travel all over the European Union without visa, without border control too. You have the right of residence in a certain country, and as I already said, you have a benefit of low tax rates, or you can optimize your tax situation. There are a lot of citizenships by investment programs all over the world. Known, for example, the Caribbean countries. What you have to know, what you should know, is to obtain citizenship. So a foreign passport, perhaps a dual citizenship, so you keep your own old passport and get a new one. It usually requires that one has lived in the country for a certain time. So you always have the step, you work there, you have residency, and then you have citizenship. It is possible to obtain a double citizenship. So you keep your own passport and get your and get a new passport. Very interesting on one hand, and also good for you to know. You should always check if beside the program, even in a country where they do not have a program, there's the possibility to obtain a residency. For example, in Germany. Germany is not amongst these countries that are on the list of those who have special programs for RBI or CBI, but we have the possibility, or every entrepreneur who invests here and lives here for quite a while, also normally after 8 years, has the possibility to apply for citizenship. Or is there any other way beside the official programs to obtain a citizenship? This is something that always has to be checked. But this is an overview over all the countries, and generally those who are citizens of one of these countries can travel completely freely within the European Union. Not at Corona times, as you can imagine. European Union, it's a big market. It's the third biggest market in the world. It has 27 countries. It is one of the major world trading powers in the world. It has a GDP in this 2017 numbers of 15.3 trillion, almost 7% of the world population, but 50.6% of the global imports and exports. So it's beside the US and China, one of the three largest players in the world. The European market, or the European single market, operates on the basis of the four freedoms: free movement of goods, free movement of persons, freedom to provide services, free movement of capital. What is important for you as persons and entrepreneurs is free movement of persons. That means there's a free movement of worker and free movement of establishment. You can move wherever you want. You can work wherever you want in the European Union. And also you have the freedom to provide services. So whenever you're a member of the European Union or a company from the European Union, you have business in the European Union, you are free to bring your services to other countries of the European Union. This is quite a big advantage because you have no hurdles whatsoever between the countries. So you have golden visa in Europe. So you can see from this overview that there are a couple of countries that offer this official programs. But as I said, even if you want to enter a country that is not on this list or on this map, you should always try to find out under which condition you can go there. As you can see here, what is quite interesting, Hungary, they closed it, so they shut it down. This is due to their political situation or their government. Golden visa in Europe, some examples. If you would ask me, perhaps in the question it will come up, how much money do I need to spend, or what budget do I need to get a residence or a residency or a citizenship? Nobody knows exactly. So it always depends. This is typical lawyer's answer. It depends, but this is the fact here. You can see it here. Cyprus, you need for example, an investment of 2.2 million. You should buy some real estate. Then you can apply for European citizenship after some time. Ireland says you need 1 million. I just read in the in some news there. This is a little bit higher now, so it always changes. Portugal, it's a little bit less. Spain, so you can say there are programs, but you have to check for every country which budget you need and which conditions you have to meet. What about Germany? Germany does not have a designated golden visa program like other European and non-European countries. But even here in Germany, if you want to invest in your own business, this can lead to German citizenship in the long run. Then you can apply for citizenship if you meet some other conditions. You have to speak German, and you have to, be part of the communities. It's also very much dependent on the government. So the government has the power to say, okay, if he wants to get a citizenship after 6 years and he's integrated, fine, let's do it. I'm sure you will ask me about what is the rule for? It's hard to say. Many countries offer the possibility of citizenship through investment, but they, on purpose, they keep it vague and do not establish clear rules. So there's no European overall rule. Every country sets its own rule for its citizenship. That's why it's always necessary to work with consultants in the country who know the national regulations. And I think this is what Reinhard also does. When we have clients that want to go abroad, we always talk to people from the region, from the country, because they are the specialists and you have to work together with them. Sometimes it seems to be clear. Malta, for example, there's a citizenship law. There's amount required. It's a little bit more than 1 million that you have to invest. It says that you should make a donation of 650,000 euros to Maltese Foundation and another 500 of investment. And there are regulations of family members, like you are, the entrepreneur goes, he has to work and live there. And for the government, it's clear that the family follows. In other countries like Malta, they say, okay, we want extra cash for your family member. Let's come to a conclusion. There's no standard case. The possibilities for each business and model, for each business model and the family must be checked individually. On one hand, and if there are good reasons, family-wise or business-wise for a specific country, you should first check this. It's always good to follow personal reasons and business reasons instead of immigration reasons. how would we structure this project? Step one would be questions and answers. So we would check what is planned, in which country should the residents obtaining of citizenship take place? Is there the target the citizenship or only residence? This is a big difference. Is there already business in another country? Do we need to acquire business, or do we need a foundation of business? What is the budget available? Step two then, after we ask these questions and got the first answers, we enter into an analysis. So we check the conditions for obtaining a resident status in the country that is planned. We do planning and analysis for investment business activity, for investment in business activities. We check the company situation. We check the conditions for the foundation. We check the opportunities to invest. You know, we have to make sure that there are no market entry barriers that prevent us from going to a country that is planned to. So then we make a proposal action plan, and then we start the implementation. That's more or less it. You have private reasons to have a perhaps second passport, and you have an entity or running business already in a foreign country. Then the entrepreneur comes and says, okay, listen, I have I bought a company in Germany. I want to spend some time of my life in Germany. I also think about having a second passport in Germany or Spain or Austria or wherever. And let's structure it. And then we start working on it.
Beautiful. Thank you, Stefan. Not only insightful, informative, but also on time. And as an organizer of an event like that, you really appreciate it if folks may finish on time. That's a German culture, right?
Not always, as you know.
So for me as a northern German, I can make a joke. In the Rhineland, it's different.